Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good evening to my beloved Professor Dr. Muhammad Khairi Mayuddin. My name is Ahmad Sharifuddin bin Sarmin. First of all, I would like to thanks because give me opportunity to present my interview report. My interview report has Mark 1 from Chow. When we talk about a profile of the client, in my first slide, my profile of the client name is Wan Kamariah binti Daud aka Makwan. The age is 67 years old. Religion Muslim. The race Malay. Gender female. She was born in Pasir Puteh, Kelantan. Marital status and widower. She is already married when is 11 years old. Uh, Now she is resident at Chow, Kuala Lumpur. She involved on drug abuse more or less 40 years. And second slide from me, we discuss about environment. Uh, when we discuss about environment, first, a conducive environment will certainly ensure a more harmonious and perfect life for human to grow healthy, be it mental and physical, especially children. Mak Wan, for example, was adopted child and since birth she has been taken care of by her adoptive family. Although her adoptive family is a close relative, but since childhood, she always lived independently without the help of other family members. She was the religion education obtained was very minimal, and Mak Wan did not get any formal education either from mainstream formal school or religion school. Despite of the measures that have been deployed to minimize the trivial effect of drug abuse, the main concern actually derived right from the beginning of the life cycle itself. That is the upbringing of children by their parents or guardian. In addition to physical growth, children's mental development generally begin with acquiring cognitive skills from their surrounding. Next, when we discuss about religious background, Mak Wan reveal that is all the years of her drug addiction, Mak Wan has never performed her solat or obligatory prayers nor practices any of those Islamic teaching that we all normally learn whether in school or from our parents. Uh, she's never had any formal school education. Basically what she learned from her close family and her husband. Her survival skill mainly derived from life of hardship, living in the streets of Kuala Lumpur as drug dealer and as an addict. Three agents or causes identified in this case, namely, first, lacking in a formal school education. Second, lacking in a religious knowledge. Third, and family background. When we talk about lacking a formal school education, Mak Wan has never been to school nor attend any kind of informal education institution or ever. His life basically revolved around how she interact with her adoptive parent and sibling from adoptive family. What she experienced in her kampung life and her social interaction with her friend in kampung. She was a naive kampung girl with no experience on what life has to offer her. Second, when we talk about lacking in religious knowledge, while living with adoptive family, Mak Wan was never exposed to religious teachings such as Al-Quran reciting class, formal teaching on Islamic way of life, and non-emphasis on the importance of the daily 5 obligatory prayers given throughout her life in Kelantan. Next, the third family background. When we talk about family background, Mak Wan has never been raised by her own biological parents. Her father died while her mother was heavily pregnant. Her mother then died right after giving birth to her. While living with the adoptive family, she admitted that she never felt the tender, loving care from her parents compared to what a normal family is supposed to act. She was only given food and shelter before she was given in marriage to a stranger who come to her kampong. When we talk about a relapse history, Mak Wan realized that she could not longer live under the influence of drug anymore, and that her future life depend on her own decision and no others. Uh, she she had her final relapse in the year 2000, right after she completed her rehabilitation treatment from a center in Kelantan. Uh, She has multiple relapses throughout her addiction period beginning from the year 1965 until 2008. Relapse typically took place when she went back home to Chow and started to mingle again with the intoxicated community, which she believed the only friends she had at the time. In Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder (DSM-5), it is stated that an important characteristic of substance use disorder is underlying change in brain circuit that may persist beyond detoxification, particularly in individuals with several disorder. Next, when we talk about the next slide, recovery story of Mark Wan. She began to learn to regain her inner strength by returning back to the fitrah, put greater faith in Allah and life accordingly to Islam way of living. With the care, help and assistance from rehabilitation center and support group, she is engaged with Marwan set up to turn over a new leaf and lead a clean and healthy lifestyle. She is currently running a soap kitchen for the homeless in Chowkit with help of 3 permanent staff and a group of regular volunteers. Since she recovered from addicted, she also has strict adhering to the 5 obligatory prayers and sunat prayers, as she believes that her salat or prayers are her way to put all her trust and faith in Allah. Her daily zikir and Al-Quran recital are also her way to calm herself spiritually and elevate her sense of gratefulness to Allah for all the blessing. In the next slide, we have a discussion about from interview report with Mak Wan. Uh, First, in Islam, we believe that every sickness or disease are curable and there are always a way to prevent disease from spreading. In book Terapi Kerohanian dalam Pemulihan from Dr. Muhammad Khairi Mahyudin stated that drug prevention and recovery from addiction depend on a number of factors such as the person being treated, how they are being treated, the environment and society, religion, duration of the treatment, venue of the treatment process. In 2019, National Anti-Drug Agency (ADK) reported that relapse rate in Malaysia has been consistently increased from 31% in 2015 to a worrying rate at 50% in 2019. Bear in mind that this figure portrays the severity of this issue, and with growing number of addicts increase every year, drug addiction has become the utmost enemy of our country. Continue from our discussion. This phenomenon actually makes you wonder about the effectiveness of the methods applied by the rehabilitation center in Malaysia when dealing with drug addiction, be it the conventional medical support or the spiritual-based approach. This question has been raised in journal title Tinjauan Persepsi Keluarga Penagih Dadah Terhadap Pusat Serenti Berdasarkan Faktor Demografi from Jamaluddin, Muhammad Khairi, Zahiruddin and Subri, 2000. This scenario also deserves our attention as we are obligated to construct a more effective treatment method to this drug addict. However, how is religious and spiritual based approach relevant to current situation that we are looking right now? In my opinion, we might need more than well constructed theories in this approach. I strongly believe that we need to refine and fine tune the managerial aspect of the center to further reflect the conduciveness and welcoming effect to the client. In the final slide, we have a conclusion. In conclusion, the spiritual approach in drug rehabilitation and prevention program has positive implications for drug addiction treatment. Nevertheless, the rehabilitation module needs to be made more comprehensive to ensure that the program at various levels of society and the community will be effective in the long run. The success of spiritual-based rehabilitation treatment does not depend solely on the effort of the government alone. I strongly believe that a spiritual-based approach to prevention and rehabilitation act as a key element and complement others' approach to maintaining sustainability and effectiveness of treatment program. That's all my presentation today. Thank you.